Deep in Henan, China, ang Northern Song Dynasty Imperial tomb has been unearthed, revealing ang breathtaking starry sky depicted on its dome ceiling. This site yielded a vast collection of rare porcelain, identifying China's very first official kiln and solving an long-standing historical debate. What secrets are hidden within this grand burial chamber? Let's dive into the details of this discovery that began during a period of heavy rain in in Gonyi. The imperial burial grounds collapsed, exposing the underground palace. This vast area spans 20 kilometers and serves as an royal necropolis. Most Northern Song emperors are buried here, except for those captured by the Jin, making this a site of 7 emperors and 8 distinct tombs. With over a century of prosperity, the area also houses thousands of high-ranking graves for empresses, princes, and legendary generals like Yang Yun. After the storm damage, authorities approved a rescue excavation. An unspecialized archaeological team arrived to begin the survey. To build the expertise, the team first targeted an smaller Empress tomb, which provides an controlled environment for testing their recovery methods. In October, they selected the tomb of Empress Li, the third wife of Emperor Taizong, which was heavily exposed by the rains. The tomb's structure features an inverted bucket-shaped seal, standing 8.5 meters high, yet it faced severe structural threats after the storms. While the Northern Song was economically vibrant, it struggled militarily, eventually falling to the Jin invaders in the year 1127. Following the fall, the tombs were looted by the puppet Qi regime and later by grave robbers during the early 20th century. This specific collapse was actually triggered by an old looter's tunnel. However, Empress Li's tomb remained significant, as she was buried with full royal honors. On October the formal rescue mission began, with teams splitting up to explore both the surface ruins and the deep underground path. Experts quickly located the rectangular entrance to the palace, which measured 25 meters long and 22 meters wide. Guided by ancient burial records, they found the entrance to the sloping tomb passage, 34 meters to the south of the main opening. While clearing the deep passage 50 meters below, the surface team successfully mapped the locations of the sacred gates and pathways. Models show the tomb was unsymmetrical architectural feat, surrounded by 4 sacred walls, each extending 110 meters in length. Outside the southern gate lay a massive sacred path, lined with stone guardians, creating unground entrance for the deceased empress. These stone figures included horse officials, stone tigers, and both civil and military officers standing in silent, eternal vigil. The tomb passage was filled with stone fragments and pebbles to deter thieves, though many looters chose to break through the roof instead. The entrance to the inner palace stood 6 meters high, but the security measures here were sadly bypassed by ancient intruders. Even though the passage appeared untouched, the ceiling wall was mostly dismantled from the inside, and the stone doors were heavily damaged. Through the broken doors, the circular burial chamber was visible, featuring a unique domed ceiling that rose over 12 meters high. Shaped almost like a standing projectile, the chamber was modestly sized for royalty, yet it contained intricate brick carvings along its walls. Directly facing the door, the northern wall was decorated with elaborate brickwork, showcasing the artistic transitions of the Northern Song period. The interior design reflected a shift away from the lavish burials of previous dynasties. During this era, elaborate murals and brick carvings replaced the massive quantities of physical grave goods seen in earlier Chinese history. Despite finding several looting holes that left the chamber largely empty, the archaeologists were stunned by the beauty of the starry ceiling. The cosmic imagery remaining on the dome provided a moment of pure wonder for the team. The roof used a sophisticated brick and bracket system, mimicking traditional wooden architecture with incredible precision using polished ink stones. These structures help us understand ancient Chinese building techniques, especially since so few wooden buildings from that time survive today. As the team cleared the floor, they carefully sifted through the debris left by looters to recover any remaining porcelain fragments. They discovered exquisite kiln celadon, famous for its jade-like texture and its clear, misty green and blue hues. These pieces represented the pinnacle of porcelain art during the early Northern Song, and though damaged, they remain priceless treasures. After reconstructing the shards, they identified 16 pieces of kiln porcelain, one of the 5 great kilns of the Song era. These white porcelain pieces bore an official mark on the bottom, which fundamentally changed our academic understanding of imperial ceramics. It was previously believed that official kilns emerged later, but these finds prove their existence right at the start of the Northern Song. While sifting, experts also found polished jade strips, measuring over 30 centimeters long, resembling ancient writing slips. Known as jade scripts, these were perforated at the ends to be bound by silk, though most were found in multiple broken pieces. Surprisingly, the jade bore characters adorned with gold powder, which the experts carefully cleaned and began to identify. The text contained imperial documents for sacrificial rituals, matching specific historical descriptions of how royal jade books were crafted. These artifacts provide a rare physical link to the formal rites mentioned in the history of Song. The most vital aspect of these scripts is the information they hold, which has the potential to fill missing gaps in our historical records. After detailed search, 77 jade fragments were recovered, allowing experts to reconstruct the primary ritual texts. However, the reconstructed text differed significantly from the official history books, presenting two entirely different versions of events. Whether the books or the tomb scripts hold the ultimate truth remains an unsolved mystery that continues to baffle historians. The excavation concluded in August 1938, setting a new scientific standard for the exploration of imperial tombs in the region. This mission confirmed that the imperial tombs had been widely looted, suggesting that further excavations might yield few physical treasures. By the 1990s, thieves began targeting the surface statues, even stealing the head of An Guardian from Emperor Sejong's tomb. In 1938, an visiting American president returned that stolen head, sparking a massive wave of restoration and protection efforts for the site. During this time, experts located the original quarries, where ancient craftsmen sourced and carved these massive stone figures. Surveying techniques also allowed researchers to map the underground layouts of various tombs without having to dig them all up. We now know the imperial burials evolved through three stages, beginning with simple brick chambers during the reign of Emperor Taizong. Even the tomb of the great founder, Jia Kuan-yin, was relatively modest, reflecting the era's focus on practicality over grandiosity. The second stage transitioned to stone chambers during the reigns of Emperors Zhenzong and Renzong as the economy began to thrive. Although the materials improved, the actual size of the tombs didn't expand much during this middle period of the dynasty. The final stage saw a break from tradition, with later emperors building two-story underground structures to enhance their spiritual homes. This double, layered style became an unpopular security feature across China, seen in tombs like that of the famous scholar Lu Dalin. Lu Dalin is often called the forefather of Chinese archaeology, and his tomb design is considered a masterpiece of ancient anti-theft engineering. The Northern Song tombs follow an unified layout of upper, lower, and underground palaces, which experts have worked tirelessly to preserve. Emperor Renzong, Daplu Hatuo, reigned for 42 years, presided over a golden age of culture and technology, and is an beloved figure in folklore. He is famously the subject of the legend Sibet Cat for Prince, a story that has captivated audiences for centuries. While the story spread through fiction and opera, its core elements align surprisingly well with the actual historical events of his life. Renzong was the son of an lowly palace maid, but was raised by Empress Li, an woman of humble origins herself. Empress Li faced great opposition from the nobility, yet Renzong eventually consolidated his power and led the nation effectively. Even though Empress Li kept the truth from him for years, Renzong honored her with full royal rights upon her passing. This dramatic tale of an hidden mother became a staple of Chinese literature, though the truth was far more nuanced than the play. Ultimately, the Northern Song tombs moved away from the high mountain burials of the Tang, choosing lower, more specialized terrain. This Toyat, the mystery of why an emperor might acknowledge the wrong mother, remained a sensational topic for generations, fueled by popular theater. Unlike the Han and Tang dynasties, which sought high ground, the Song dynasty followed unique geometric principles that led to lower tomb placements. Their burial choices were deeply influenced by Annam's specific system of elemental and spiritual balance. This unique pattern was shaped by the local geography and complex ancient theories regarding the flow of energy and landscape. By 1127, the prosperity of the Northern Song reached its peak, just before the dynasty's sudden and tragic collapse. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the Odi Vichen No and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any new videos.